Hey kids, I have more jank for you to watch win against bad players on Edo Pro. This time it's Celtic Guard. Normally the best way to play Celtic Guard is to just play a dumb shit stun deck with a bunch of bullshit background and whatnot, but that's lame and cringe, so here's combo Celtic Guard with the hands, because both Noxious and Vanilla Celtic Guard are Thunder Hand targets. Basically, you use Noble Arms to summon any spare drawn Celtic Guards, which can then set up a full Math Mech combo, which in turn converts to a copy of Therion King Regulus, which is 2 Omni Negates and Oblation effect, which isn't half bad. I mean, that can win games. Also, it'll very rarely come up, but Regulus and Bull are also Thunder Hand targets, and I almost had a replay where I did great because of Fire and Ice Hand, but then like a bozo, I put a game determinative imperm in my own imperm column, so whoops. Whoopsie. Here's the game. For our first game, we'll be going up against Cyber Dragon, Zombie, King Tiger, Wang. It's Clockwork Knight. It's Clockwork Knight control, I guess. It's Clockwork Knight. We're going to start with Painful Decision, getting Celtic Guardian. And we're going to normal summon Celtic Guard with Noble Arms and special summon Celtic Guardian. There's no use using this one. I have to save it for next turn for follow-up. We're going to make Alimbertian, and then summon Circular by sending Nabla, and then summon Nabla, triggering Circular, adding Super Factorial, and then trigger Nabla, summoning Diameter, and then make Merrymaker, and then Therion and Gigantic Champion Sargus in the EMZ, searching Discosium. Now we'll make Gravity Controller, summon Regulus, and Disco for Bull Ein, setting the Super Factorial and pass. Broken. Our opponent's going to normal summon Cyber Dragon Core, and because Regulus is a machine, I'm furiously shitting myself because I do not want that linked off. I'm going to summon Laplacian, and they're going to grab Cyber Repair Plant. We're going to go ahead and hand loop them for when we hit Baylor, Drock, and Core. They're going to Repair Plant, but we're going to negate that because I'm trying to just desperately cut them on Cyber Dragon names. They're going to set Limit Removal and IDP and pass. During my standby phase, because I have Disco, they're going to get Baylor Drock, which sucks, but Bull Ein provides something of a clean out. We're going to negate Ice Dragon's Prison by sending Regulus, unfortunately. But now we're going to go ahead and pop Disco and Clockwork Knight, so we can just walk over the field. What I wanted to do, because I was very much afraid of this back row, was hold the hand for next turn, or for main phase 2, in case they have something that I don't know about, that I'm sure probably doesn't exist. But you know me, I have to play around non-existent threats, always. How will I face myself in the mirror every morning if I don't? They're going to activate Core to summon Cyber Dragon, and then make Mega Fleet. Then they're going to normal summon King Tiger Wanghu and inflict about 100 points of psionic damage to me. We're going to go ahead and pop their Tikaboo with the Ice Hand and summon Fire Hand. We're going to go for Bull, so that way we have an Omni through Regulus. Then we're going to crash Fire Hand into Wanghu. Because Wanghu can pop Ice Hand, we get to do something a little cute to preserve life points, where Wanghu pops the Ice Hand, so that way we can trigger it without having to crash, and then we'll crash Fire Hand into Wanghu again, summoning another Ice Hand. And then our opponent's going to concede when they see it's lethal. Broken. For our next game, we'll be up against Giant Ballpark. It's Giant Ballpark with apparently the Beetrooper Fusion spell, which I don't really get, but I mean, more power to you, dude. We're gonna Painful Decision, sending Celtic Guard for Celtic Guard, and we're gonna special summon Celtic Guard using Noble Arms and make Albert. Albert's gonna grab Circular, Circular's gonna send Nabla, and we're gonna use Albert to get Diameter out of our hand, and grabs Super Factorial. We're gonna overlay for Merrymaker, and then Champion's gonna get us to Discoliseum, which gets us to Reggie. And now we have Regulus with Super Factorial, and in case this wasn't enough protection, thank goodness, here's Thunder Hand to keep us safe. They're going to summon Dragon Bite, and I'm going to go ahead and fire the Super Factorial now, because I just don't know what the fuck I'm getting myself into. They're going to summon Shiny Black Sea Swatter, and we're going to go ahead and send that to the grave, because they probably have some flavor of Vanilla Matters shenanigan occurring. And they activate Giant Ball Game, and try to use the creature swap effect, but I will be negating that, and they'll concede. Next up, we'll be going up against what appears to be a budget build of Dark World. Yeah, this just looks like 3 structures and 2 lake monsters. Anyway, we lost a die roll. They're gonna activate Genta for Gates and then activate Gates, pitching the Rainbow, and then they mismanage their chains here a bit, but that's fine. They're gonna bounce the Genta for Rainbow and then pitch Genta for yet another copy of Gates. They're gonna activate Gates, banishing the Genta, pitching Gold. Then they're gonna activate Archive. Archive is gonna be pitching Ceruli, and now they're going to draw 2 and drop a what's it called? They're gonna go for Silva, and Silva's gonna Handley Bust for 2. Then they're gonna go ahead and bounce it, the Silva for Grapha. Bigfoot hits itself, Thunderbird does not, Silva gets summoned. Here they're gonna make Saryuja. Saryuja's gonna draw 4 and then put 3 back. They're gonna bounce for Rainbow and then pitch Genta for another copy of Gates. They're gonna activate Gates, banishing Genta to pitch Brow and draw a card. Then they're gonna fire Mothman. Mothman here is going to hit. We're gonna pitch the Celtic Guard. As long as we don't get hand looped here, we're in an amazing position. Anyways, they're gonna Bigfoot for and hit the Rainbow. They're gonna Bigfoot again, hitting Silva this time. They do get to chain block the Silva with Saryuja here, and they're just gonna pass on this. Unfortunately for our opponent, they are potentially just dead here. So we're gonna activate Unexpected Die, and then they're gonna activate Accession for Grapha, and that's going to get pumped. Here, I summon Celtic Guard of Nibble Arms and activate its effect to try and bait out the Grapha, so that way I can resolve what I plan to very quickly. They're going to Silva Handley Bust for our life's savings, and then we're going to overlay for Albert. Albert's going to be grabbing a Mathematics Circular. Circular is going to give us Nabla. And here, I don't need to do this. I just did not do the math yet because I don't want to do math. But I do just have lethal through Utopia Double because of their Saryuja pumping it just enough that it will be able to do exactly 8,000 by punching over Silva. So we win. And now here we are facing against actual Dark World. Wait, no. Wait, this is 3 structures too. Okay, never mind, I lied. I need to pay more attention to what my opponent has on their extra deck, I suppose. Anyway, we're doing the combo. We're doing the thing. We're getting Super Factorial. We've drawn Regulus, so that means we get Bull this time, which is cool, with the Disc Coliseum. So, yay. Hooray. Everybody say thank you, Bull, for being here. And also we have Thunderhand to protect and a copy of Infinite Impermanence. Anyway, Bigfoot's gonna hit the Brow. We're gonna go ahead and Super Factorial here, just because I can. Because I don't want to wait. Because I'm an impatient little bitch. Anyway, they're gonna lose a Bigfoot out of their hand, a Bigfoot from their field, and the Archives. Mothman hits itself. I'm going to be pitching Firehand here. They're gonna fire off Dark World Archives and Dark World Dealing. I'm going to negate that because I really just cannot risk the... I just have to gamble on the rest of their hand being gas, or rather being air. So, it pays off, thankfully. Here we're going to flip the Laplacian to attack, equip Celtic Guard of Noble Arms to Bull, and then normal summon Obnoxious Celtic Guard. And we're going to get in for some damage before our opponent realizes that we have a little bit over lethal and concede. This deck is the greatest deck ever made, but please tell me in excruciating detail in the comments how much you wish I included Feral Imp, so I'll know to do better next time.